welcome to my channel. My name is Emma and this channel is all about sewing, mainly hand sewing. And today's video is a bit of a different one. It's a bit of a chatty catch up, what I've been doing and making style video. There's a whole host of different things to talk about today. So things I've been making, sewing, quilting, embroidery items. I've got some crochet projects that I've been working on. I bought a few nice things recently that I thought you might like to see. So I've got those with me. I've got some workshops and classes and things coming up that you might be interested in hearing about. So I'll talk about those as well. Yeah, lots of different things today. It's a whole mixture. So I would just like to start really by saying welcome back if you've been before to watch my videos, and welcome if you're new. I really appreciate you taking the time to come and watch my video and spend your precious time watching this. It really means a lot to me, so thank you so much for being here. So the last couple of videos I did on my channel, where there was one about spring cleaning this room, and there was one about my vintage hand crank Singer sewing machine. Thank you so much for all of the lovely comments on those videos. If you're interested in vintage sewing machines and learning how to use them, the comment section of the one about the Singer sewing machine is absolutely jam-packed full of amazing advice from people, and I'm really grateful for that because it's all new to me. And yeah, I'm so interested in it, and I'm interested in making things on that machine, and so many people were so kind and helpful to me, and there was no judgment as well, because I made mistakes in that video. I got things wrong and didn't notice what I'd done wrong till I watched the video back, and I just really appreciate that there was no judgment from anybody, and that's rare on the internet. You know, criticism seems to be rife at times, but I just really appreciate the kindness and the support, so thank you for that. Massive thank you to a lovely lady called Moira who kindly offered me some different feet for the Singer, and I offered to pay her, but she wouldn't let me, but I'm going to send her a thank you in the post. But she kindly gave me a zip foot for it, so that's really exciting. So that's something else that I can try with it. So thank you, Moira. I really appreciate your kindness. Yeah, so that's been really lovely. And a question for you, and let me know in the comments for all of you. I've got a few other vintage sewing machines hiding away at home. Would you like to see them? So the one that I've made a video about isn't my only one. I have 3 more. Not the same. One similar, but not the same. So if you're interested in that, more vintage sewing machine content, then let me know. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? And it's nice to delve back into the past. And it's really made me appreciate what it took to make something back in those days, the effort that went into it, and also to appreciate modern technology as well, because we've come a long way. So really the deep dive into vintage machines and sewing techniques of the past, just if nothing, it does so much to really make you appreciate things as they were then and as they are now. So let's talk about the making then. So the thing that I've been spending a lot of my time recently on is the 4th in my series of whimsical windows patterns. Now, if you don't know what they are, they're mini quilts designed to look like a window looking out or looking in onto a little scene, and they're inspired by things like Beatrix Potter stories and Bramley Hedge. I've made 3 so far, so I'll just quickly show you those. There's the January one, which is a snowy winter scene. There's the February one, which is looking into a cosy sitting room at the fireplace. And all these quilts are double layered and they use embroidery applique techniques. Then the next one in the series is this one, Spring Flowers, all embroidered, surrounding a cosy bedroom with a Liberty quilt on the bed. And then the one that I've just been working on over the last few days, it's just not quite finished at the time of recording, but at the time of you watching this video, it'll be released on the 1st of April. And so you can see it's not properly backed yet, but it is a washing line with Liberty clothes and a basket surrounded by florals. And this is the idea, is this is the wallpaper looking out onto the garden with the washing line, and I chose that because it's the time of year when we can get our washing out. The sun is shining, it's still quite blustery. So if you're interested, it's never too late to join this. The patterns are always available to purchase separately in my pattern shop. I'll leave a link in the description box below. If you were to join Patreon, you get the patterns for each month that you're a member of included in your Patreon membership. So if you were to join on the 31st of March, you'd get the March pattern, and then you get the April one because you're still a member. And every month onwards for as long as you're a member of Patreon. But if you wanted to join and go back to the previous months, they're available to purchase separately. And I know I've had so many questions probably over the last 12 months about quilt hangers. Well, they're finally available in my shop. They're lovely little mini quilt hangers of a variety of different sizes, and some have got wooden dowels on them. So I'll leave a link to the quilt hangers. I'll put them up on the screen so you can see what they look like as well. I've been waiting for those to come in stock for so long, but they're perfect for if you did the flower of the month mini quilts last year, or they'll be perfect for hanging these up, or any mini quilts, anything that you want to display. They're just a really lovely way to display them. So they're finally available. I do apologise if there's a bit of ambient noise. It's because I've had to open the window. It's really warm, sunny today, and there's a school outside having break time. So one of the things that I've been working on that I haven't quite finished, but it will be ready very soon, is one of the surprise patterns that are going to be available on Patreon. And it's involving some EPP hexagons. This is as far as I've got so far. And I've really enjoyed putting this piece together. It's purely made from scraps, which always gives me a lot of satisfaction. And there are Cath Kidston pieces in here, Liberty, Tilda, so Liberty quilting cottons. So there's a real whole host of different things in here. And yeah, like I say, using up scraps, purely scraps, is always really satisfying. So I just thought I'd show you a little bit more about the mystery project, the mystery pattern. So like I explained, it's made from my scraps and it's made from hexagons. And what I did was join the hexagons together in rows first, which was really quick and easy to do. And then I'm now working on joining those together along the zigzaggy edge, and I just find that to be a really nice way to join hexagons together. It's just quite a quick method, and something that I really can't stitch without these days is my high definition light from Sirius readers, and Sirius readers have very kindly sponsored today's video. Now you might know I've been working with Sirius readers for many years now, and I really can't express enough how much of a difference their Sirius lights make to sewing for me. Especially as I'm getting a bit older, I am finding it a little bit difficult to see at times, and sometimes I don't need to put my glasses on if I'm in a really well lit area using my Sirius light. I have one here in the studio. This is the high definition tabletop model, and I also have the high definition floor standing model at home in my sewing room. And earlier today I was stitching using that light. Even in the daytime, it just makes so much difference. It uses daylight wavelength technology, which replicates the daylight spectrum as closely as technically possible, and it just creates such a lovely natural feeling light. It just makes so much difference, especially when you're working with tiny stitches, fine threads, including lots of detailed embroidery. The Sirius lights make so much difference to that. And you know when you're purchasing one that you're getting a really high quality product, and they are hand built here in the UK. If you'd like to find out more about the Sirius lights range, there's a link in the description box below, and if you use the offer code Emma, that will get you £150 off a high definition light and also free UK delivery. Thank you so much to Sirius readers for sponsoring today's video. So that is a mystery surprise pattern. Well, I'll give you a little clue. It goes with my new tea set that I just recently got as a gift from my husband. And if you're a super sleuth, really good detective, if you look through the Brambley Hedge books, there's an item that comes up over and over made of hexagons, and it's based off that. It's inspired by that. That's all I'm going to say. So that's a little surprise pattern. So I think that's it for what I've been working on in terms of my designs. So I'll show you now what I've been working on for fun in my, well, it's all fun, definitely all fun, but I mean in my spare time. So I've been doing a lot of crochet, and I recently invested in a whole set of crochet hooks. I've been using these ones which come in lovely colours. That's just one of the colours. Some of them are pink, purple. They are Knit Pro Waves 2, and I like them because I like the handle is flat, and also it's not that rubbery feeling stuff that's on some of the handles, like the clover ones and the tulip ones. I don't like the texture of that. This is a soft, it's a hard plastic, but it feels soft. It doesn't feel rubbery, so that's why I like those crochet hooks. But I needed a case to keep them all in because they were just lying around. So I've made this now. I've got it opened out because I already just filmed this with all of the crochet hooks in, held it up, and they fell down because it's not designed to be held up. So this is what the case looks like folded up, and I've just got some elastic, pink elastic, holding it shut, and it's a pink elastic off something I bought, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm repurposing that. But when you open it up, and this fabric that it's made from, which I've quilted, is a Japanese Liberty print with strawberries on. It's such a beautiful print. I didn't want to cut it up. I just wanted to use as much of it as I could for the I was going to call it a sewing case, but it's a crochet hook case. And so inside I've got 2 rows for crochet hooks and a zip pocket underneath, made from this fabric again. And what I've done is I've just stitched ribbon. So this is a lovely ribbon with blue tits on, and this one has fairies on. I've just stitched down it. I measured each crochet hook because they're all slightly different, and I just stitched down there to create compartments, and then you can, and then they slide in and they hold like that, and you can put all of them in. So that was a really fun make. I used up a leftover binding, so I just really enjoy using up things that are left over from other projects and scraps and things like that. And yeah, it's a really nice case, and it's going to keep them all really secure in there. The ribbon is really special, and I'll just show you. I bought quite a few of them from Elmhurst Fabrics, which you know I love Elmhurst Fabrics. So these ribbons are not printed, they are woven, so you can see on the back it's like this. And so the detail in the design is just really incredible. They've got so many beautiful designs. It's really difficult to choose which one I like the best. Well, I just can't. And I bought quite a few different ones. This one has a bee on it, some flowers. There are just so many. Fairies and flowers. Oh, this one has geese. Just the detail, you can't appreciate it on the camera. To see them in real life, it's just incredible. So And they have some wider ones as well. This one has houses on and flowers. They're really stunning. I bought a lot of them, and I just think they'll make lovely embellishments on things. It was just nice to add a bit of ribbon, just stitch the ribbon down, maybe on the front of a sewing case or bag, or use them as I have there, where I've used it as slots for things to fit in. So yeah, it's just really nice to have them, and they're really beautiful. Incredible. As you can see, it's all woven. So they're like little works of art, really. I think they're amazing. So yeah, I bought those recently, and I also bought more Japanese Liberty prints. So Liberty seem to have completely different prints in Japan. I'm not really sure why or how it all works, but I bought the one that I showed you, the strawberry one, sewing case. This one is a Betsy, but it's difficult to see, but it has stars that are metallic on it. That's really pretty. There's another one, but just it's the same. It's Betsy with stars, but in a slightly different colourway. Now, my favourite Liberty print is one called Chamomile. I only have a little piece left because I have used it over the years, of the fat quarter I had of it. And I have a green and pink version of it, but I found the same print, but this is a completely different colourway. And I don't love this one as much as my original one. The flowers are grey in this one with some very pale lilac, blue and green. But what I love about the Chamomile print is that it's just so detailed. I really hope that they will reprint this in the UK. Well, they print it in Italy, but I hope they'll bring this out in a future collection in different colourways, because I'm sure they will one day. I think it's a wonderful print. A couple more then. And I'll leave a link to the Etsy shop that I bought these from. She sends things out really promptly, and from Japan to the UK it was less than a week. It was really, really quick, unbelievably quick, really, and no import. I didn't have to pay any import charges. This one is the same strawberry flower print, just a different colourway. It's the same as the one I made the case from. And then this one was the final one that I chose. And then she very kindly sent me 2 little pieces, and these are just so pretty, and it probably won't show on the camera. Don't think it does, but it's got sparkle in it. Don't know if it just catches it there, see? And this one is the same with sparkle in it as well. But I've never seen one like this before. It's all over it. Yeah, really, really pretty. So I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I'll just keep them in my stash for now, I think. But yeah. And speaking of things from Japan, I have seen for years now people buying the Kahona scissors, and they are beautiful scissors, and they're always at a really high price, especially if you buy them in the UK, because they've had to be imported. But I took a chance on buying them directly from Japan in yen. They're still quite expensive, but I didn't get hit with any import charges. So they're the sort of item that I will treasure forever and get a lot of use out of. I've been using my Fiskars scissors for years now, and something's happened to these in recent weeks, and they're just sticking or clicking or something here at the tip. They are not cutting like they used to, so they need some attention, whether they need sharpening or something. I don't know if it can be fixed. Whatever's happened to them, I don't know. Something's wrong anyway, and I absolutely love these scissors. I use them every single day. So I thought, okay, well, I'll buy the Kahona ones, and that might be a replacement for those. So they came in this box with the pink elastic around it, and at first I thought I'd been sent a block of wood. I was like, I don't know how it opens, I can't open it. It took me a while. That's just me being a bit silly, really. But the join for where the box actually opens, it was pretty invisible. and then they come wrapped in a lovely cloth with some information booklets, and then these are the scissors. So they are the Sakura 2025 edition. They have a tassel with green and pink on, pink lacquer handles, a leather pink sheath, and I realised that they weren't going to be really used for cutting fabric in the same way that I use these, because the blades are much smaller, but they are brilliant for cutting thread, and I've used them a lot. They're exceptional, really. They are really luxury scissors, if you like. So yeah, definitely a considered purchase, but if you were wondering if they're good, if they're worth buying, I would say, you know, if you're going to treasure them for years, I think they are worth it. You know, if you do a lot of sewing like I do, you'll get a lot of use out of them. And the final recent purchase to show you is a beautiful book. So off topic, but it's an embroidery book, and it is the Q Book of Nature samplers, 10 embroidery projects, which comes with reusable transfers. So I was buying on Sewing Street, I was buying some colour cards to help me with my designing, and I saw that they had this and just couldn't resist, and it hasn't disappointed. It is an absolutely stunning book by Trish Burr, which I've got some of her thread painting books from years ago, and it's in a folder, which is really nice, and it has the transfers here, which I won't get them out, but the book is in this side. And if you're looking for upping your embroidery to more realism, more detail, I would say that this is a fantastic book for that. I'll just show you some of the designs in it. The photography in this book is just absolutely stunning, like the close-up of this embroidered dragonfly. It's just amazing. You can really see every stitch, which really helps, and there are step-by-step guides for how to tackle the embroidery as well. So just some really beautiful designs in there. And there's the peacock butterfly, absolutely stunning. So yeah, if you're looking for an embroidery book for wildlife and to really take, you know, up your game, if you like, and to really take your embroidery to another level, then I really recommend that. I'm looking forward to testing out some of the designs when I get a chance. So moving on to other things that I have been working on then, try not to make this video too long. I've been doing some crochet, so I've got it in my little bag. I'm working on 2 projects at the moment. One that I completely forgot I'd started. Does anyone else have that problem, or is that just me? I don't know. So as you might have seen, I did some spring cleaning in this studio, and at home in my sewing room I also did a bit of spring cleaning and found this project that I'd completely forgotten about, and yeah, now I can't put it down. So it is the Painted Anemone doily and pot holder pattern by Sandra Cherry Hart, and I'm doing it in these colours, which she says are like Cath Kidston colours. They actually match some plates and mugs that I have at home, the Provence Rose pattern. And the way I'm doing it is I'm doing a load of each section at a time. So I did all of the centres, then all of the next bit, then the next bit, each colour. And I've done lots of the flowers, I've got lots of the hexagons done, and I've just started joining them together, because one of the things I was worried about was how am I going to join them? Am I going to make all of these and not be happy with how I'm joining them together? Because I always find with crochet it's the joining that I struggle with. But what I've done in the end, so I've only joined them together this far, but I wanted them to be joined so you wouldn't see another colour in between. And what I've done is I've just whip stitched them like you would EPP with the right sides together. And I really like you can barely see, you can just see really one stitch of, I've done it with the sort of off-white, the cream colour, and it blends in really well with the rest of the colours. So I'm happy with that join. Doesn't look untidy or anything, and yeah, I think it's going to make a really lovely throw. I'm really excited about this. I'm not going to make it huge, but it's just a throw I'm going to put it on the back of my couch at home. And yeah, I'm just going to do the colours random. I'm just going to stick to these colours. I did buy a lilac, but I think just the 4 colours is enough really. And yeah, so that's one of the crochet things I've been doing. The other one is a kit I bought from Lucy Locketland, and it's Lucy Lockett's Crochet Project Bag. So that's the front of the pattern, and I bought the pink version. So it is lots of granny squares joined together, and the kit is lovely. It comes in a little box, and you get the hook, and you get the fabric and the zip and everything that you need. And the yarn is all tiny, tiny little balls of this Katona, which is just so sweet. You can't help but smile when you see them. And lots of lovely colours. So I'll just show you the ones I've done so far. These are really quick. I think I time myself, and it takes me, I think, 14 minutes to make one. So just lots of granny squares in different combinations, all with the pink on the outside. Nice bright colours, a bit different for me, but I love it. So yeah, that's a really fun project, and hopefully later in the year I'll be able to show you these things finished, fingers crossed. So now I'll just chat to you about the workshops and classes that I've got coming up. So here in my studio on the 26th of April, I've got some spaces left for my applique workshop, which is called In the Village, and it is using motifs like this little cottage and this little house. There are a couple more as well, to just create a mini quilt of a little village scene, and we can add trees and some embroidery details as well. It's a really fun class because the little houses are so fun to make. You can really personalise them with embroidery details, use lots of different fabrics, and just makes a really sweet mini quilt. So I have that class coming up in April, which I'm really excited about. And then in June, I have my miniature quilt Mabel's Garden class, which I've done multiple times since I've been in this studio, and it seems to be really, really popular. People love that class. It's really nice to spend some time making a mini quilt, and it's really fun using the 1/2-inch hexagons and adding the embroidery details. It's not a project you can finish in the allotted time at the workshop, but you can take it home. You get to use as many of the fabrics as you want from here, and I help you plan it out and really personalise it, choose colours and layout. You don't have to do the Mabel's Garden design, you can change it, and there's a booklet with some ideas in. And both of those classes you get an afternoon tea style lunch as well. So yeah, it'd be really lovely if any of you would like to join. There are spaces on both of those classes left. And then the other classes that I'm doing this year, so I just have those in the workshop. Sorry, I just have those here in the studio for now, but I have some classes coming up at Festival of Quilts. So I've been teaching at Festival of Quilts now, I think since 2021. It's Europe's biggest quilt show, and it is a fantastic show. If you want to join in with the show, the quilts are not juried in. Every quilt is displayed, every single one that is entered. And in my opinion, it's just a spectacular art gallery. They really are works of art, and there's so much inspiration. It's fantastic. amazing vendors at Festival of Quilts as well. I've made a couple of videos about Festival of Quilts, so if you're not sure, if you've never been, check out those videos. It'll give you a real sense of what it's like. And as well as all of that, all of the shopping and all of the things to see, the galleries, the artists, there's so much. There's also a huge array of workshops that you can take, and there really is something for everyone. There's so many amazing classes. That it would be difficult to pick. If you wanted to come to one of my classes, I'm teaching a few different things this year. So I'm teaching curved English paper piecing made easy. I've done this one before. So if you're interested in making the hex petal flower, like on this quilt that I made, then that's a quick and easy class about tackling curves. I've also got a beginner's class where we just make a hexagon flower using hexiform. So if you've never done any English paper piecing before, then that's the class for you. So those first two classes are quick and easy classes. So when you're looking at booking, if you click on workshops and then click on quick and easy, and if you type Emma in the search bar, then those classes will come up. That's the best way to find them. And then the other two classes I'm teaching are academy classes that are half-day classes. And so you need to go to the academy workshops, click there, put Emma in the search bar, and these two classes will come up. First one is getting started with miniature patchwork, where we'll just make a small patch. So it's like a smaller version of my Mabel's Garden class, where we're getting started with 1/2-inch hexagons. I'll show you how to add some embroidery and how to do the how to use hexiform and things like that. Just some tips for working with the small sizes as well, and ideas for what to do with it. And then the other class is more focused on the embroidery, so you will still make a patch like this, but we will really talk more detail about how to transfer embroidery designs, different ways of doing that, and then the stitches to create this simple repetitive snowdrop design. So they're my classes at Festival of Quilts. If you're able to come along, I would absolutely love to see you there. It's always a great experience. The last few years have been incredible. I've met some wonderful viewers and patrons there as well last year. So yeah, it would be really lovely to see you there. And even if you don't come to my classes, I do really recommend Festival of Quilts as just a really great place to go. So yeah, so I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. I hope you liked seeing some of the different things that I've been making, and I will see you soon with something else. Take care. Bye bye.